I was watching this video from another creator. It immediately pissed me off what this woman just said. And she accounts for, I want to say, a vast majority of women, because this is the mentality that is going to keep you in Delulu land. But let's see the video on his YouTube, O'Shea Dude Jackson. Essentially, there was another creator, I forgot his name, he gonna say it in the book, that was on a podcast with a whole bunch of other women, I think other men too. But just let's just hear what they had to say, because we started a video and I was like, nah, I gotta hop on here because she's
and it was on this Instagram page called Welcome to the Culture. And basically, this particular lady is talking about, at this particular scene, black men who become very successful and then reject the lady.
When I first saw the thumbnail, I thought she was Vivica A. Fox, but
that used to reject them when they were young or poor.
Okay, she says that black guys that were nerds in high school and got rejected by women for the drug dealers needs to get over it and date them now. We were victims then, they preyed on us. Ew, even the still or whatever, the pause, this right here, this encompasses her. Like, she's just the arrogance, the complete lack of ownership over your own decision making, the complete, I can't say they're unaware, but it's just like the entitlement is crazy. But let's hear what she got to say.
And so this is how the ladies are going to play it out.
Perfect. No one's shaming you. You're perfect. In the meme, they were in high school. When the nerd came up to the girl in high school, she was like, ugh, no, I don't want you. And then once she became a baby mama, he was a CEO executive and all that. And she's like, hey, you remember me? He said, ugh, no, I don't want you. I be feeling like, respectfully, y'all is the grown-up versions of the that hurt in high school while we was out with the drug dealers. Let me tell you something. We were victims then, making horrible-ass decisions.
That part. Like, what? Girl, what do you hear yourself? First and foremost, okay, you said it in the line. You said it while we were out effing with the da-da-da, meaning you made the choice to go out with those drug dealers, trying to make them paint the picture. It's a two-way street. Unless they're physically hard, and that's the only way. Unless they're physically forcibly taking your virtue, at the end of the day, this is the question. Did they force you to open your legs? For some women out there, that's the case. They were abused. That's called something else. But you're talking about men preying on you as a kid. You know, there's words in the English language. No, I'm good. No, thank you. I'm not saying that there aren't instances where you say no and somebody's aggressive, or that's when you do something else. That's called something different. But what you talking about is something that a lot of y'all are known for. And there was a meme that I saw, I hope I can find it, where basically, y'all know that girl from Love and Basketball, the younger version. She was playing the younger version, that actress with the glasses. And well, she they put up a picture of her, wearing the glasses with the bows in her hair and stuff like that. And then you have a girl next to them or whatever, who's basically grown. But the meme was basically trying to say, yo, like, girls then in high school versus now. Girls in high school, they be wearing big ass lashes, everybody else's hair all the way down to their butt, makeup every single day. I mean, why do you need makeup and you already have the youth elixir, which is youth. Like you're a certain age. Yeah, there are certain girls that are prettier than other girls naturally. Get over it. That's what y'all need to be discussing, is the jealousy amongst women and wanting what everybody else has. But you over here, you talking about you a victim. So there's a Bible verse, and it's called "It's pride comes before the fall." I'm gonna insert it in it, but that's essentially what it is. Let me tell you what these girls is doing in high school that rejected those boys, whatever the case is, right? And this is coming from a woman, right, who's been friends with multiple women, or whatever the case is, who's experienced living as a woman, right? So pride comes when y'all, and men are at fault for this too, when you gas up these women's heads. She's one of them. A picture says 1,000 words. She got her lashes on, makeup did. I don't know if that's her hair or not, but she's got all the things put now. And it's not to say that you can't get yourself done up or whatever the case is. I'm not saying it like that. But a lot of these women have the Jezebel spirit. She wants attention. She wants notoriety. She can't leave the house without doing her brows and doing her lips and doing her this, that, and the third or whatever, right? She can't leave the house like that. But these women, especially as being girls growing up in high school, whatever the case is, when a boy or man or whatever the case is come at you, whatever case is, it builds up her ego. It builds up her pride. Men have ego. Women be having ego too. Builds up her pride. She feels good. She feels good that she could reject somebody. Once she rejects somebody, you know what girls do? They go to their friend. Guess who tried to talk to me today? Like, who had the nerve to talk to you? Oh yeah, think of a name. Timmy tried to talk to me today. Can you believe that? Like the girl, and even to adulthood, it's something that women thrive off of because they are, especially Black women, they are insecure. That's something that they thrive off of because they need outside validation. So her saying, "Oh, we were victims." Did he forcibly take it from you? Or did you say, "Oh, he's cute. Oh, that's my boo. Oh, I love him. Oh, I got the light-skinned guy in high school. Oh, because that's a thing too. A lot of these women don't know how to take accountability. Then they become baby moms. Then they're arguing the dude that don't want to be a active father, or even if he does, they don't, their compatibility isn't there because it was based off of false premises. It was based off of superficial things. It was based off of y'all thriving off of each other's toxicity. It was not based off of truth. It was not based off of God involved. I'm not saying that there aren't real situations out there. Girls, that's what girls talk about. And it's not really talked about that much. That's why they reject whoever they want to reject, because they feel like, well, and she light skinned too. It has to be, that has to be thrown in there too. Because men, and not all men, everybody's lived a different experience. All have different experiences and different things or whatever the case is in life, right? But for the mainstream, what they push out there, if you let it affect you, if you let it impact you, it can take over, right? But the general in Black community, the lighter, the better. The closer to white, the better, right? So a lot of light-skinned girls walk around with too overly inflated egos. And then when you're constant, then when the men out there who also hate themselves push and big these girls up and create monsters, because that's what it does. Pride comes before the fall, baby. That's when you fall hard and you end up with these drug dealers or whatever you want to call them, and reproducing his demon seed. And then you end up having badass little boys and girls you can't control. That's when you have broken families. That's when you have all these situations because of choices that you made. Nobody forced you to continue being with that guy. Even if somebody tried to grape you, whatever the case is in that moment, you could still walk away from that situation. Yes, take the appropriate precautions afterwards. It's as far as justice and whatever the case is concerned. God is always watching. You gotta have responsibility for the actions that you took. You were not victim in this. You only could be victim for so long. The first time you mess up, explain it, the ones that have baby dad after baby dad after baby dad. One time, okay, you made a mistake, whatever the case is. But just because you made a mistake, we're not supposed to all just be like, oh, she made a mistake. Her bad. She not even her bad, because you're not even taking accountability for it. She made a mistake. They preyed on her. So now she's trying to make better decisions because of that, because she knows better. So now we should all know that CEO should definitely go the opposite direction or whatever. That's up to them. You better be fortunate that these men don't make it seem like they want to mess with you, sleep with you, and then leave you high and dry. Like, I've been seeing people, businessmen or whatever the case is, men that have bread or whatever the case is, cutting off women and humbling women, because that's what we need to bring back. We need to bring back being humble, because just as much as you are beautiful, right, there's a billion other beautiful women right behind you. You're more replaceable than you think. If you are prideful like that, if you don't have much going on inside that pretty little head, if you don't have things going on for you at all, if you think that your value is based off of your physical appearance, you're in a very bad position, because at the end of the day, we're all eventually going to become maggot food. So if you base your pride, your value off of just that, it says it in the Bible. Those steps will just lead you to a bitter end, a bitter end.
With grown ass praying on us, y'all gotta let that shit go. You didn't get no in high school. You get now. Get over it.
I bet if it was the other way around and men were telling them to get over it, they'd have their panties all in a bunch. Yeah, get over it, because it works for you, because you want to line your pockets. You want them to now take advantage of your run through vagina because of what? And I don't mean to say it like that, but it's just the truth. And the truth, people don't like to hear the truth. It is what it is. After you done give birth to however many other seeds, you want him to just get over it. That's the same thing when they say, oh, you trying to pull the race card. Get over it. Do you agree with that too? That, oh, we shouldn't get any reparations because what? That happened so long ago. We shouldn't, our ancestors didn't, they really got raped, men and women. You ever heard of buck breaking? Oh, we supposed to just get over it. That sounds like the same thing. Get over it. Why? Because it benefits you. And I talk about this on the channel, like, this is the reason why women are losing their nurturing. It's almost like, I'm like, are they slow now or what? Because it's like, it's kind of like everything is not connecting. I don't know if the chemicals in the makeup is just like getting into, like, it doesn't make sense. It don't make sense. But okay.
Times do you hear men bring up, oh, but what about the girls who had the older guys picking them up in high school? It was right. It wasn't right then. It is not right now. And she wasn't the one who was responsible for making it right. He was the older guy.
They can make more. They can make more.
Take some accountability.
They can have as many excuses as they want. I say, God save me from y'all.
Oh, that's amazing. I'm still dreaming about.
It's a fact. It is a fact. And I was about to say that too. Just a quick disclaimer. I don't know these creators in real life. I don't necessarily agree with all their content. I don't watch all of their content, nor do I know what they do behind the scenes. But God is used very loosely around this world. And the God that I'm talking about is the God of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. Because there's a lot of people that use God and don't follow his commandments, then they follow these pagan holidays and all that. That's not the God. That's not what I'm talking about. I just had to throw that in there. God's rejection can be for your protection, honestly. The girls, if you a girl out there, you feeling unconfident, you feeling low, you know what I'm saying? You feel like, oh, you're a loser, and everybody, whatever case is. A lot of these people are snakes. You don't even want 9 out of the 10 people, men that come up and talk to you. They be on some demonic stuff anyway. Same thing, vice versa with men and women. Most, if not all of these women, like there are very, very, very few women out there that are actually going to be worth your time, that are actually going to ride with you. There was some coworkers I had years ago, and there was a viral question that went on. If you were offered $150,000, would you leave your significant other? So it was coworkers, and it was my coworker. He was talking about him and his girl, who also, I think, worked for the company. But essentially, he said, yeah. And we talked about it. I would take that money. And we would just have to, and the question was, you would have to like really go your separate ways and not talk to each other no more, like it's done. A lot of people move like that and think that it's regulatory. Like it's just, this is how it's supposed to be. That's not how it's supposed to be. A lot of people are for money. A lot of people are for superficialness. Let you go get in a God forbid an accident. You can't walk. Something handicaps you. More than likely, your partner is going to leave if it's not based off of a solid foundation, which is like a relationship of God, a man of God and a woman of God. Sad.
So we can talk all day about certain topics.
Projection.
You guys can't sit here and say
guys that they want to try to shame for making good decisions.
Mm-hmm. No one's shaming you.
You're not shaming good decisions. I think you're
not shaming me.
I'm not shaming good decisions.
No one's shaming them for their decision making. It's actually quite the opposite. You're shaming people for making bad decisions
Why do they keep
in the past.
We need to bring back shame. And then on top of that, nothing wrong with forgiveness, but they don't have to choose you no more, boo. Especially women, their value, it's unfortunate, but their value is based strictly on their looks. That's how a lot of guys, especially like certain celebrities, the reason why I say celebrities is because they're in the public eye and you see in the physical examples, choose their preferences, choose beauty over everything. And then they complain about their baby mom. I can't decide. I can't feel sorry for you. I can't feel sorry for them who you picked her. You picked her based off of these things, clearly, because she's shown on multiple occasions that she's not a good person. I'm talking about in general, that these women are not good people. They're based off of false pretenses. You partnering with somebody who got all these plastic surgeries and stuff like that. You don't feel, you can't tell. There's no woman that got plastic surgery that could tell me that they're confident. I just live in, I have to, I love the truth. I love God and he's the truth. Like you cannot lie. There's no woman that wears a wig and you telling me you confident. I already know there's the red flags and everything. I have to peep certain things. There's levels to things, right? The same way these men are out here, they make bad choices. Forgiveness. Of course, you could choose. There could be a man that's a CEO or whatever the case is, had bread, and he chooses to look past all of that and give you a chance, which I feel like this based off of this interview, I don't think you learned your lesson. I don't think you learned, hey, you made a bad choices, so you can't expect to tell somebody to get over it. Like, you can't expect somebody to tell, you get over it. Like, what type of, that's just wild to me.
Why do they keep talking over me? Remember this.
That's what women do.
And this goes for the women too, but I'm speaking to my guys. Anytime that you find yourself in a situation where you dodged somebody that you thought was for you but really wasn't, that's God protecting you.
Absolutely.
I go for women too.
See how that girl with short hair, the shaved head, is quick to, that's women too. Why do y'all feminists why y'all always cutting somebody off? Like, y'all have low listening skills. Like, you don't listen to understand. You just want to talk. Like, you just want to hear yourself talk. The man literally just said woman too. So
whenever you raise your standards, fellas, remember, it's not that you got to have a lot of options. You just got to find the best one for you.
Well said. Well said. I agree with that statement. That's something that I've said before. If not, I don't know if I put it on the recording or whatever, but that's something that I want women to understand. You don't need all of these men, because that's what women feed off of. That Jezebel spirit feeds off of is the attention and validation, because you don't like the way you look. You don't like the way whatever. You wish that you could be this. You wish you could be that. It doesn't matter how beautiful. I'm talking about beautiful, gorgeous women are all insecure. And it just be wild. Like, why are you insecure? Get surgeries. There's this model on Fashion Nova. I don't remember her name, but you probably know she was pretty before. She got mad surgery, and a lot of these women, a lot of black women, they're getting these surgeries, and the doctors are getting better. So you can't really tell. So it's just like, as a man, I really feel for them, unless you openly know that this is the case. You get with a woman, you look at a woman, that's a part of it. That's whatever is a part of the lust factor, is looking and seeing it what you like. You thinking you about to get that offspring, those are the genetics that you could get, and really you not even sure what is real, what's not. You know what I mean? Because a lot of men out here, even with makeup and filters, they'll think a woman is not wearing makeup, and they are. Even me back in the day, with certain things, I used to think, oh, dag, but then I'm finding out about all this, the cheating, because that's cheating that's going on. You're not telling nobody what it is or whatever the case is. You getting surgeries and this, that, and the third. There's people that take advantage of it and say, they take advantage of it and say, yo, what, like, you getting all this surgery, but you do fitness. You know what I'm saying? Like, and people are thinking you just lost the weight and you really didn't. There's people out there like that. There's people out there probably that did fit. Not saying everybody, because facial exercises, I really do think that they could work. But I'm just making another example. They could be doing facial exercises and really they just went to go get some injections. You don't even have to go do invasive surgery. That's pretty much what I really had to say on that. It's a shame. It's a shame because there's no accountability with these women. There's no like, you really that you became the victim because X, Y, and Z. Okay, did you like? I don't know. These girls are wearing things. That's why I said I don't understand why a little kid got to wear makeup. A girl in high school, why they gotta wear makeup, why they gotta wear lashes, why they gotta wear this, that, and the third, popping off at the mouth. Oh, we made bad choices. I mean, yeah, you did, but you can't expect other people to just, now accept me now after you've been run through however many times, because that's, you were feeding off of the attention and you were feeding off of the pride. And I'm not saying, when I said earlier about, like any type of girl, but the reason I just said that was because that's the mainstream thing. And I've noticed that whenever a certain girl of a certain complexion don't get certain attention, she feels like some type of way, or she just expect, or she's so entitled that they have temper. I've seen a lot when it comes to women. Okay, value your virtue. They say, oh, this is a flex, that's a flex. You know what is a flex for a woman? If you a virgin, if you have your virtue, if you not out here, if you haven't been run through, if you haven't, there's situations where you could have really had yourself together, because you can't control everything. At the end of the day, there are women out there who are single mothers because they had to, spouse is no longer here or whatever the case is, widowed. Other situations, they had to get out of abusive situations. Things could have been good in the beginning and then not. I'm not saying that, but there's there's levels to stuff. If you out here, you got 3-4 baby dads and you talking about some, they need to get over it, or even if you have one baby dad, they need to get over it, whatever. No, they don't. You fail to understand, especially you wearing makeup at that early age in high school, or you doing all this in high school, whatever the case is, it ages you. No matter what your age, but it definitely don't do you any good. When you 16, 17, it don't make sense. When you was high off of pride, you just get over it, right? But then when that fall happened, and then you seeing the quote unquote nerds striving and succeeding, that whole nerd thing is just wild. Why wouldn't you want somebody that's smart? Why wouldn't you want somebody who's smart? Like, because at the end of the day, a lot of y'all women don't want to admit it, but y'all shallow, okay? Very, very shallow. Very, very don't have much accountability. Victims, wants to play the victim all the time, and the entitlement from the attention that men give you. But at the end of the day, the men are at fault too for giving these women the time of day, giving them any attention. But that's all I really had to say in this video. If you like content like this, feel free to subscribe, let YouTube know, and bless.